And then later on the shift, he's like, yo, we need to talk. And now I'm like, oh, fuck.
It's usually bad news when anyone says you have to talk.
Yeah.
If your spouse says we have to talk, that's bad news.
I was going to say.
That's the worst.
When my exes are like, we need to talk, I'm like,
oh shit.
They caught me.
They
caught something.
They're pregnant.
Yeah, they caught it twice.
Welcome to the Worst Asian Podcast, where couple Asian American millennials give you our shitty opinions on all things Asian. Woo! My name is Lingjie. I'm here with my co-host in a very, very nice hoodie. His name is
son of a
Ben.
bitch. You son of a bitch. Yeah, it is a really nice hoodie.
Is it comfortable?
Yo, it's actually really nice. It feels really good when I put
soft?
it on.
Okay.
It's really soft.
Yeah.
It's soft like Homer Simpson.
It's from the clothing company that people hate because it's called fast fashion, when you just have new seasonal stuff and it's constantly of poor quality.
Destroying the environment.
It's destroying the environment because it rotates too much. It's from
Stop buying
H&M.
Yeah, H&M, baby.
When did I buy that for you? Last Christmas or 2 Christmases ago?
Dude, this was, I think, from season 1. I'm pretty sure. I think it was season 1.
Oh, yeah. Back when I cared enough and I got you gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I probably don't care enough. Anyways, for you guys not watching, I bought Ben a light purple hoodie, and the front has Homer Simpson. During that one episode, if you guys watch The Simpsons, when Homer realized that if you're morbidly obese,
yes,
you can file for you can be handicapped, right?
Yeah.
And then you can work from home.
Yes.
So he got morbidly obese, and he was wearing like a momo, which is just a giant. Is it a momo or
is that what it's called?
Mumu?
I was gonna say. I remember he also, the benefit was that he gets to wear a dress.
He gets to wear a dress, which is, I think it's a muumuu.
It's called
Guys,
a muumuu?
correct me if I'm wrong or right about this, but I think he called it a muumuu back then. This is my memory from a teenager watching this episode.
Also,
of The
good
Simpsons.
memory on the episode, because I was like, what was this episode about? I forgot. And then when you explained it, I was like, yes, that is what.
That's exactly what it was.
That is it, man.
Okay,
Thank
guys.
you.
Welcome. How are you guys doing? Sorry we missed last week. Like we said, we had a lot of stuff happen.
Oh yeah, that was probably the stupidest reason why we didn't record, actually, and it is my fault.
It is Ben's fault. He was sick. He had a dog. Then he didn't tell me he got better. Or
yeah. I was just complaining to Lingjie like, yo, this sucks, blah blah blah. Lingjie just saw like, oh crap, I guess he's already telling me that we can't record because we pushed it to Wednesday, I believe. Right?
You wanted to push it to Wednesday, but I didn't want to because we normally don't want to do other days, or I don't want to because I don't want this thing to affect so much of my life that I have to plan around it.
And I remember I was just like, venting. And then on Wednesday morning, I wake up, I texted Lingjie, I was like, hey man, you ready to record? He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I was like,
I'm at work right now. I
was like, why are you bothering me on the Wednesday morning?
He was like confused, like, why is he messaging me?
I'm like, I'm not recording today.
Thank God
that's not in my schedule.
Thank God, because I was thinking, oh, I'll just show up or something. If I showed up, imagine I just came here.
You would have to take the same Uber right back home. Go hail that cab back down.
Don't leave me. Don't leave. Just come back,
take
please.
you right back home.
Oh my God, that's probably.
Anyways,
hilarious.
hopefully you guys didn't miss us too much. Like I promised on the past episode, I put that How Is Ben Lazy episode up as a bonus thing. Guys, if you didn't laugh listening to that, then you have no soul, or you have no heart, or you have no sense of humor. Because even when I re-listened to the episode, because I re-listened to it just to make sure there wasn't anything that I needed to take out. Because some of our bonus episodes used to have things that we didn't care about. I forgot
about that. You're right.
Yeah, that we put out there. So I re-listened to the whole episode just to make sure there wasn't like Ben saying his home address or like something stupid.
I didn't think about it. You're right. That's a good point.
And even I laughed out loud a lot re-listening to the episode on like 1.5 times speed.
Yeah.
Oh like God. But that was a good one. If you guys didn't listen to it, please listen to it. It's actually quite hilarious.
I will I guess that's gonna be the new episode where we just like recommend it, because people like to ask like, oh, what episode or what do you recommend to listen?
Yeah,
I guess I'll be the one now. For now.
Well, I got a kick out of it. Maybe because I know you personally, so I find it hilarious. Maybe it's not as funny if they don't know you yet.
Maybe yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
I thought it was funny.
Anyways, we're doing our delayed monthly news episode.
The KBBQ news.
But we're here nonetheless, so we're going to get right into it this week because I think we have a bunch of stuff to go through, and I don't want to cut anything out towards the end. But very quickly, Ben, how have you been?
Fantastic.
Do you want to... Oh, I guess this is kind of Asian news. Ben, do you want to tell the Asian news of how you got... This is personal Asian news.
This is...
Because this is breaking Asian news. You're Asian, and you recently got fired from your job that you were training for.
Yes.
Can you tell the listeners
why
you got fired from this new job?
So
I'm already laughing. I'm already laughing.
I just said so.
I'm already laughing because I know the story.
So I'm at this Korean restaurant, guys.
Don't name names. Don't name people. Yeah, whatever.
Everyone's really cool. Everyone's really great. Pretty much, I was starting at my very first Korean restaurant, and I'm doing my thing. People are like, "Yo, Ben's fucking amazing," blah blah blah. Maybe that's a little fantasized. But then the manager comes up. He's like, "Yo, dude, you're checking off all the boxes. Like, can you just come in like tomorrow too? So we can like expedite your training and just get you out here." I was like, "Fuck yeah, bro." So I'm like, I made it. I'm like, yo, I just got promoted to the fucking big leagues, right?
Yeah.
And then later on the shift, he's like, yo, we need to talk. And now I'm like, oh, fuck.
It's usually bad news when anyone says you have to talk.
Yeah.
If your spouse says we have to talk, that's bad news.
I was going to say.
That's the worst.
When my exes are like, we need to talk, I'm like,
oh shit.
They caught me.
They
caught something.
They're pregnant.
They caught it twice. And then I remember I just, was like, oh, fuck. So, yeah, I remember he had to bring me downstairs to talk and everything, too.
That's even worse.
Yeah. I'm like, is he going to put me down? I was like, what's he going to do, right?
Old Yeller style.
Yeah. And I just remember he was like, yeah, like, I don't know how to tell you this, but we have to let you go. And I'm like,
this is the morning after he pumped you up, the same day.
Yeah, pretty much the same day. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why? So, a little context. It's a Korean restaurant. It's a small Korean restaurant. Very, very small, intimate.
It's small, both
cozy.
In the size that it's a family-owned business.
Yes.
And it's physically small.
Yes. And the mother is the chef, right? So it is her.
Ajima. Mrs. Ajima.
We'll call her Mrs. Ajima. Let's be polite here. Mrs. Ajima. Great. Good idea, Lingjie. And he's like, yeah, I don't know how to tell you, but you're just we gotta let you go because you're just too big. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm like, what does that say? He's like, so again, the restaurant is really tiny. So pretty much they're saying like, she's like, yeah, she just doesn't like your look and you're too big. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, is this illegal?
Is this illegal?
Yeah, it's like,
it might be, but you don't care. You're not.
I don't.
You don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like a Korean on Korean hate crime.
Yeah.
Technically, right? So I'm like, what do you mean by this? Like, you're just too physically large.
Your proportions do not match up with our store.
Yeah, and like
it's like stuffing a square piece into like a triangular hole.
Yes, yeah,
doesn't work.
And I was like, what? It's like, yeah, because like the Ajuma, she wants to hire like female servers, like little small Asian Pokemon size, servers. I'm like, I could be small, petite, and a little small. And she's like, they're like, no, like, sorry, dude. It's like, you're doing a great job,
but you're too large.
You're just too large. I'm like, what?
Do you think they're telling you to lose weight?
I don't know.
Do you think if you were the same height but just skinnier?
I don't think. I'm literally just too large. I remember when I was working, I was like, my ass is probably grazing people's heads like easily.
There is a chance that your butt might actually like scrape the table and stuff might fall off.
And I know I haven't been doing that, but I was just thinking, I was like, yo, there's no way. But
you have to be very conscious of the fact that it's a tight, narrow place.
Yeah, dude. It's really small and intimate. I don't want to say like how large it is, and it's really good food.
That means you can never work in a lot of these Asian country restaurants where everything is tiny.
Oh, actually, you just reminded me now. So fucking they have these uniforms, right? They're like, oh, what size are you? I was like, oh, I'm extra large. I was like, oh, so we're gonna have to give you a double XL. It's like, oh, it's Asian size.
It's Asian size.
So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, right? Yo, I put it on. It was like wearing a bra.
It's still tiny.
It was so tight. My nipples were like piercing.
Wait,
out.
why is it Asian size?
I don't know.
Why is the Korean restaurant buying Asian size?
I think they got it from Korea. I think
it's like authentic. I just recently bought what's that Japanese clothing brand?
Oh, Uniqlo.
No, what's the other one?
Superdry?
Superdry. So I bought
Superdry is tiny too.
So I bought like a Superdry lightweight jacket thing.
Oh, okay.
And I normally wear a small. I had to go up to a large, 2 sizes,
for
it to be just the right size.
I think I have to wear like at least a double or a triple for Superdry. I believe.
My brother-in-law, he might be listening. He just came back from Japan, so I was like, did you do a lot of shopping? Because there's like good clothes there. He's like, most of the stuff when he went into stores, because he's also like a big guy like you, he couldn't buy it because they don't hold the sizes in the physical store.
Yeah.
They're like, if you want your size, you have to buy online because online they have all the sizes, but in the store they carry what most of the
people, demographically,
and he just doesn't fit most of the stuff there as well.
That's crazy.
I know, it's a crazy size thing.
So I remember I was just like, hey, I couldn't wear it, so I was like, oh, I'll just wear my black tee for now. But I remember, so there's this really rotund girl there, right? She's fucking ginormous, bro. I was like, what about her? She's probably wearing bigger sizes. And I remember he's like, yo, she might have taken the last triple 3X. I remember just saying, Lingjie doesn't want to say anything.
I don't want to comment about this comment. This is not nice. It's fun to make make fun of Ben being large because he's here to defend himself.
All right, fine. That's true. She is on the larger side. I was just saying, like, I was like, yo, there's no way that her shit, I can't fit that.
Okay, final question before we move on to my breaking Asian news.
Oh.
Do you think in any way, make it nice and short, that this was an excuse to fire you for an otherwise real reason?
There's always, that in the back of my head. So yeah, I always thought about it. I don't know what it will be. I'm just gonna say I'm just too large.
Maybe smell.
Maybe I smell, but I remember the manager was kind of like trying to like not laugh. He's like, yo, I don't know how to explain this to you. Like he looked so baffled about it. So yeah, that's my do you think?
No love lost, no hate, no nothing.
No. If anything, I still want to go there.
We should still go in there and eat.
Yeah,
I still want to eat.
I'm gonna be like, hey, remember that lawsuit? You better give me that free meal, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Remember that loss? Employment lawsuit.
Yeah.
Okay, and very quickly, breaking Asian news.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Asian American podcaster cries for the first time during the movie.
Oh God. Oh my God. I was like, I think you were talking about you, bro. I was like,
me.
You cried?
Yeah, during the movie.
What movie?
Yesterday.
What movie was this?
I watched The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot? You cried?
Yeah.
You don't cry.
My wife said this to me afterwards, like, you don't cry during anything. Why did you cry?
I was going to say, I remember we did the movie thing.
So, okay, guys, if you've seen The Wild Robot, which has actually been out in theater for almost 2 months now, which I didn't realize.
Wild Robot.
It has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
98%. Both the critic version, the one, you know how on Rotten Tomatoes they have like the critics score and then the audience score, right? I think they're both, they're both 98.
Wow.
So it is a very good movie. It's an animated movie. It's a cartoon movie. It's an
so it's like
visual animation movie,
like My Iron Giant kind of style. Or is it anime?
Yeah, but newer, newer style. So the premise of the movie.
Yep.
And I figure out why I'm crying because I didn't go into it thinking I would cry. Most of the time, the past few kids movies that I've taken my son to, I've literally fallen asleep.
Right.
I fell asleep during Garfield. I fell asleep during Inside Out 2. I fell asleep during all the cartoon movies I've taken my son to. But this one, I expected to fall asleep. Crying was the farthest thing from my mind that I thought
that must have gotten you so bad.
So I think it's because I'm a parent. So the premise of the story, without giving away anything, is that it's a robot that gets lost on the island and then is looking for a purpose, and eventually it finds a duckling. It's a geese, right? It finds a geese, and it raises the geese. It raises the geese as its parent, and then has to let it go.
Okay.
Because geese have to migrate south during the season and stuff like that. So it's this whole tale about like parenthood, bonding, and love and everything. And I was like, okay, that's why I'm crying. It's the parent part of it that made me cry in certain parts of it. But it's a great movie. It is an extraordinarily good movie. And I think if you don't think it's a good movie, it's probably because you're not like a parent yet. So maybe that part of it isn't.
Right.
It's like very relatable. But I have to imagine that if 98% of people and critics are giving it, they're not all parents.
Right.
So maybe just the movie overall is like good flow.
It sends a good message, I guess. That's what it is.
Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot.
I highly recommend it. It's 2 months. It's 2 months since it's released, so I'm sure it's coming to streaming somewhere.
It's in theaters now. For now.
And then
we'll what's it? So do you know what production is it? A Disney movie or is it?
I think it's DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Okay.
Yeah, so it's one of the big ones. Yeah.
All right, so guys, pirate it if you can. Illegal.
So that's my breaking Asian news.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, it was
you must have been like, did you get mad? Like, why am I crying? Like, oh.
Not gonna lie, I kind of wish my wife didn't see me cry.
Oh my God, you have this like machismo on you. Like, why? What's wrong?
Oh, something in my eye.
Yes. Oh God,
it's popcorn. In my popcorn.
There's so much butter. Oh man, so that's good for you. I'm glad you cried. I'm actually. You need to. Yeah, it feels good, man. Cry. Sometimes,
I mean, like I wasn't bawling, but I definitely teared a bunch of times.
I remember I had that same experience when I watched that movie Click with Adam Sandler.
Yo, that's the weirdest thing to cry to.
Yo, no, a lot of but it's
Click,
yeah. If you look it up,
the one where he rewinds time.
There was a scene.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, with Christopher Walken. There was a scene that was so depressing and sad that people were saying like that's like one of the scenes where it's like, yo, I can't believe it just catch you off guard. It's a father and son scene, actually.
Oh, maybe that's all.
Yeah, and I remember I was like, son's name was Ben as well, and like it fucked me up. But a lot of men ended up crying at that scene. Actually,
you know what? I watched that movie when I was younger and not a parent. I can imagine
dude.
now if I rewatch it, maybe I might cry too.
You really might, dude.
I might cry too.
It's a great film. It's funny too.
Because my dam is broken. Once the dam is broken, it just all keeps coming out.
So pretty much today, guys, I'm just going to try to make Lingjie cry.
Okay, Ben, we're doing real Asian news where Ben and I like to go back and forth on some hard-hitting Asian news in the Asian American and Asian world community.
Damn right, son.
All right, Ben, what is your first hard-hitting Asian news topic of this month?
All right, a man from Thailand gets his balls bitten while he's on the toilet. Hard-hitting news, baby.
All right, but very, very quickly tell me how you look for Asian news. How do you do the process of researching for this episode? I'm very curious, and they're probably curious too.
So I get really high, right, guys? I get really high. I have maybe a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade.
I thought you could say a 6-pack of cigarettes.
Holy crap, man!
Because you're more likely to have a 6-pack of cigarettes than a 6-pack of beer.
Oh yeah, that is true. You are right about that. That is true.
Between those two options, one is more likely than the other.
And I just go on the interwebs and I start doom scrolling, but. Yeah, so a man from Thailand, right, was just sitting on the toilet doing his thing, and then this fucking ginormous python just fucking munches on his fucking balls, bro. And
is this a public toilet? Is he shitting in the woods?
I don't know.
Does he own a python?
So
many questions.
Yeah, so in Thailand there are a lot of pythons. It's just like India, it's just like even Florida.
Florida with all the gators and snakes too.
Yeah, so there is stories where in New York we have the worst case scenario of mice apparently go through toilets. They could go up there. I didn't know that. But in Thailand, they have fucking 8 foot long.
The python went through the toilet system.
Yes,
the sewer system.
Yeah. It goes. That's how they do it. And then he just saw some dangling fucking Thai balls and just said and he munched on it. Luckily, he was okay. He didn't lose his balls.
I always wonder when these personal injury things happen.
Yeah.
How does it make it to a news outlet? Because in theory, the guy would call the hospital or see his doctor.
Yeah.
And then who's the one that says, "Hey guys, I think we should call ABC7."
There's a guy with a little notepad right on the side with a pencil. He's like, "Hey, what kind of injury did you get there?" He's at the hospital.
You know how when you watch the news coverage every evening here in America, at the end of it, they do sports, and then after sports, they do a quick feel-good story.
Yeah, with puppies and shit.
Yeah, with weird puppies. Oh, this puppy is now 20 years old and had a cake or something, right? They do a 30-second feel-good story.
Yeah.
Is this the anti-version of that?
Oh man, yeah, this is the funny embarrassment thing. Luckily, this guy was okay. He's and he said it too. He's like, thank God it's just some wounds, but he's gonna be okay. He didn't lose any of his balls. He's very grateful. But that's a new fear unlocked moment, right? Where
I've never sat on the toilet fearing anything except for hemorrhoids.
Right.
That's the only thing I've ever feared.
Yeah,
Have I been here too long that I'm developing hemorrhoids? Do I need to get up because my thighs are getting tingly?
Yeah, is the blood rushing too much?
Right.
Is there some blood vessels at risk?
Because you could cripple yourself.
You can. It is true.
Technically could. Very small chance.
Yes. So yeah, that's I'm gonna start off with a banger, baby.
Guys. All right, whatever. That is what it is. Ben?
Yes.
One of your favorite members of BTS is back from the army. Are you ready?
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Do we need backstory?
Yeah.
So the 7 members of, is it 7? Yeah, the 7 members of BTS are all Korean.
Yeah.
And they are all in their 20s. And they've all yet to finish their 2 years of mandatory Korean military service.
Yes.
So for those that don't know, men in Korea, before they turn 30, have to do, I think, 2 years of a mandatory service. So that means if you do the math, they have to enlist when they're 28 at the latest. And they have to do that, right? And you can postpone it for a bunch of reasons. I think for career, education.
You could get a pardon depending on if you do it. Exceptions, yes.
I've got some fun exemptions for you.
Oh, okay.
So in Korea, you have to do it. All guys have to do it. But you can have an exemption for different things. You can postpone, number one, or you can have exemptions. You can postpone for real reasons like career, education, and some medical things as well. But you eventually have to do it or get an exemption.
Yes.
So Ben, can you, why do you think they would give you an exemption? The most obvious one is if you're not physically able to. If you have
physically or mentally, even I would say, right?
There's actually some kind of scale. Maybe it's a real scale.
Like a mental scale?
No.
Physical, okay.
If you're past a certain body build, you're too large, then you are actually exempt from it.
sounds like my place I got fired from. It sounds like where I got fired. Are you sure? Did I just join the fucking military by accident?
Ben got the
exemption?
Restaurant exemption by being too large. So that's actually one of the ones. So if you're like past a certain thing, or if you have actual condition that makes you not able-bodied, then you actually can get an exemption
from PTSD about my job with this one.
You know what's funny? Yeah. And then the other way is if you just refuse to join, right? Like you're perfectly fine, you're capable of it. You can choose to do the alternative, which is 3 years of prison. So, dude, I mean, maybe some guys are really scared or for whatever reasons, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Maybe it is during wartime. So yes,
it could be.
Yeah, so,
it could be, right?
Yeah.
So it's 2 years of this or 3 years of that.
Wow, I like how they make it an extra year too. I like that. Smart of them.
I wonder if it's a special type of prison that's different from the usual
Korean
criminal prison. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right. And in Korea, criminal prison in Korea is actually like it's like going to a spa castle. It's way better than
for
here.
People that don't know, spa castle.
Oh shit, yeah.
Is a Queens-based Korean
spa sauna that does food and stuff. It's really fun and bubbly, but it's
one of those Korean saunas where you go in, you change clothes, you do the various rooms, and then you get food afterwards.
Yes.
So you can. So I said if you're medical condition or you choose to just go to prison instead.
Yeah.
Or if you win and
you have to win some kind of like pretty prestigious thing. Usually it's like Olympic based or like FIBA based soccer.
I've got it here. Winning an award.
Yeah.
Athletes and artists.
Yeah.
I just lost the page. Where the hell is it? Athletes and artists who win certain international or national awards, such as the Olympic medals, such as an Olympic medal or a gold medal at the Asian Games.
Yeah.
So I guess any Olympic medal and then you're exempt, or a gold medal at the Asian Games and you may be exempt. Asian Games, as it sounds, is kind of like the Olympics, but just for certain Asian countries.
It's pretty big, yeah.
So the funny thing is, the Asian Games most recently made esports an official game at the Asian Games.
Oh my God, I know you're going to this
which means that Korea, which is a powerhouse among esports, won one of the Asian esports games. So that whole team is now exempt from going to the military because they have a gold medal from the Asian Games.
That is some BS. Congrats. But holy shit, dude.
So you can go to prison, you can play League of Legends, or you can have a medical condition.
Wow.
Is there any other way that you can do this? Let me try to think. Let's see. Award. No, that seems to be, from what I can see, the only ways that you can really be exempt from it. So that even like famous ass people, like the members of BTS are not exempt from it.
Yeah.
And they're all in their 20s.
Yeah. That's what kind of kills like a lot of K-pop people's careers is, especially the men, is because they just have to go into the military. So like, I remember like Big Bang, Rain was a big one.
Yeah.
He had to do his, military service.
But in theory, if they all do it around roughly the same time, they would take a 2 to 3 year hiatus as a band and then just come back together. So that's what apparently BTS is trying to do.
Right.
So Jin was the first one to enlist back in December 2 years ago, and he just recently finished in October.
Okay.
So he is out. The other members of them, Ben, name me the other members and I will tell you how much they have. So Jin is out.
Heesung Park.
Nope.
Okay. Junsung Kim.
Okay. Very close. We have Jungkook. Jungkook is going to be out in June of next year, 2025. Next. Your favorite member of BTS. We've said this on the past podcast.
Yeah, of course. Just, you can say it, because, I love him so much.
Finish his name. It's something Hope.
Something Hope. So Hope.
Nope. Keep going.
Kim Hope.
Nope. Keep going.
Park Hope.
J-Hope.
J-Hope. See? I knew it.
J-Hope is going to be out this year as well. He should be out very soon, though. Okay, so Jin, RM, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, they're all going to be out at different times, but the last one should be out in the summer of 2025. So in theory, in like 6 months, 7 months, they should all be finished with their service. Yeah. And they should be able to come back together as a band.
That's a pretty good window to come back, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were gone for that long, actually.
So the first one left in December of 2022.
2022.
So that's
2
years ago.
Yeah, it's going to be about 2 years.
So they haven't done anything official as an entire group for 2 years. Have you not missed them over the past 2 years, Ben?
I did.
You did, right?
I did. I missed them so much.
You just weren't paying any attention.
I was just so busy, but I fucking miss it. I was crying every night because of them. I miss them.
Not much waiting longer, so 6 or 7 months and they should all be back together. So guys, please, round of applause for the members of J-Hope for doing their mandatory South Korean military service.
Woo! Welcome back, guys.
As your dad always likes to say, you could use some mandatory Military service.
He always loves talking about that. Yes.
All right, Ben, what's your next piece of Asian news?
So this is kind of like more of like a serious note, but October 10th, I know it's past it. That's how late
it's way past this.
Yeah, but it's the month of October even, and we're past that now.
We're way past October as well, Ben.
So it's supposed to be Mental Health Awareness Day. Korea, on top of it, has actually adopted that because apparently Koreans, we're very depressed. We're very depressed. And you know what? So
Korean Americans or Koreans?
Koreans in South Korea, yeah. South Korea, yeah. I don't have the statistics here, but then 9 out of 10 South Koreans, I should say, do say that they've experienced some sort of depression, and then they go through it.
What percentage, roughly?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. That's 90%.
Yeah, that's a high as amount of numbers. So they say they feel a form of it, whether it's through the workplace, whether it's through
societal pressures,
love,
cultural pressures, pressure.
And just like we talk about Japan's declining birth rates, Korea's the same way.
All the Asian countries, including all the Asian countries, have declining birth rates for different reasons. Yeah. America has a declining birth rate, but it was already high to begin with. So then it's declining, but still relatively okay. But we're all declining.
Right. Everything's, declining. So, just they are trying to do something where they're trying to incorporate, like the government especially is just trying to do things where they're trying to do like public services, which is like mental health awareness. And we talked about it before, like a while that, it's for Asian Americans and just Asian, overseas, it's hard for people to just like speak about things emotionally, mentally.
There's the cultural stigma about not talking about it with your family.
Right. So that's why, I joke about, hey, you had a good cry, but I'm actually like,
you could use a good cry.
Yeah, I could.
Maybe you should watch that movie.
I want to.
You should watch that movie. I do
want to watch.
You should pirate that movie right now.
I'm just we're gonna play in the background and shit.
We do not encourage illegal piracy of movies.
No, guys, absolutely not. This
This
is a fucking joke. All right, we are just joking around, but I will be doing that anyway. Going back to the whole thing, it's just there are public services they're trying to announce.
This is through the government.
Actually now, so
that's
they're
good.
trying to make it a whole monthly thing, which I was like, that's actually a good push that they're trying to, just try to.
Isn't Mental Health Awareness Month here in America like in May? I think it's a whole month, right? Because it aligns with Asian Heritage Month, which I think is also in May. I think
it's May then. Yeah,
yes,
you're right.
It's the same next month. Because I remember we had Dr. Hanren on the podcast.
Yeah,
around the same time around as well. Yeah.
What's in?
I think you should always take care of yourself because especially here, Asian Americans, second generation, first generation people tend to really not want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I think our generation, those that have been here a little bit longer, are starting to break those barriers.
Right.
Find it okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, even amongst our close friend group.
I was gonna say even our
we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll still throw in some dick jokes, but we still talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Just make sure, check up on you and stuff like that. Like that's the first thing I always think about.
And then we'll just talk shit about you on the side.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's the norm. What's not normal? See, that's the thing. Talking shit is the norm for us. That's fine. When we're not talking shit about each other, then it's like, oh shit, I'm worried now. It's like, now I'm actually concerned.
Oh, if there's not enough dick jokes.
Yeah, then I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So it's like, our gorgeous friend on the highway even, hey, like, have you checked out, Lingjie got to have sushi with them. I couldn't make it, but I was like asking.
You can never make it. That's not news. That's not breaking news.
Yo, don't even start with that. I could never make it. I think I've made it to most.
When we had dinner last week, one of the guys said, our CTO said, who's free for dinner? I think Ben was the first one to say he's free. And I was like, bitch, this guy ain't free.
No, but then you guys said the dates.
We said today. He literally said, who's free for dinner tonight?
Yeah, and then I responded,
oh shit.
I asked what time. I said, what time?
What time do you think dinner is for normal people?
I don't know, like 8, 9?
No, that's not normal people dinner.
I'm sorry. That's why I asked what time though. I asked what time. I think that's a fair question.
That is a fair question.
Yeah.
But your assumption should be that it's normal people dinner time.
Anyway, he did ask during the day. I just couldn't make it. It was last minute. You can't bust my balls about that one.
We went to Kora Sushi. And
I like
the bad thing about Kora Sushi is it's a revolving sushi place, so they don't have large tables. Yeah. Which means that when you go with a large group, you're always going to be split up. The best they can do is put you at adjacent tables next to each other, but you're going to be split up regardless because that's how the format of the restaurant is, right?
Yeah. It's Asian sizing there.
It's Asian size
Overseas Asian size restaurant, yes.
So me and my wife sat at a table with all the kids, minus CTO's baby kid.
Right.
So it didn't even seem like
I used to call it baby kid.
Baby kid. Baby kid. But that meant that I couldn't really hang out with the guys.
Yeah.
Because I got to still hang out with my wife. Love you, sweetie.
Yep.
It was us watching the other kids at our table and making sure that they're fed and stuff like that.
I think that's what happened last time.
It's just, it was sneak attack babysitting. That's what it was. It just came out of nowhere. Suddenly, we're just babysitting for the whole dinner, which is not the same thing.
I just remember.
So next time, guys, when we have these group dinners, no more Clara.
Oh, I did just be like, no kids. Like, don't no.
Kids are okay. As long as you take care of your own kid. Kids are okay.
All right.
But no small, split up table restaurant things, okay? None of that. None of that.
It sounds like low key, you're kind of mad. Like, yo, I could have just been doing this shit at home.
I could have just gone to dinner with my family by themselves.
Yeah, I was going to say with more fucking space.
Yeah. Great dinner, by the way. Great dinner.
I was going to say, I remember when you guys were Venmoing each other. I was like, where the fuck did you guys go? That's what the first thing I was thinking. I was like, I think it was like, yo, hey, just send me $159. I'm like, what the shit? Like, where'd you guys go and
I think we ate a lot of sushi.
Yeah.
Korea in America is not that cheap. It's pretty expensive relative to what it is.
Yeah. And then I was just like,
I would rather go to a sushi buffet.
I was going to say, I was like, oh, that guy didn't go to dinner. After I saw the amounts, I was like, I would rather go to sushi buffet. But that's me. I think me and gorgeous friend on the highway would rather go to a sushi buffet because we're not as picky with our quality of fish, right?
Fish, yeah. We're like, okay, as long as it's not like it's non-food poison and doesn't smell fishy, it's good enough.
As long as you're like, hey, as long as the mercury levels are below, you know.
This used to be in water, it's good to go. That's fine. This used to live in water, it's fine.
It was once living, so it means it's safe to eat.
It's safe to eat.
That's
now.
Good there. All right, brother.
All right, my next piece of Asian news is
By the way, is that a new phone?
Oh yeah, I got a new phone.
Oh shit! Yo, guys, breaking news!
Breaking Asian news!
There's an Asian man, Lingjie, of Worst Asian Podcast. Sir, can you please tell us what's going on here?
I think for the life of this podcast, I've had the Samsung Galaxy Fold, which is the folding phone, and I finally switched and I got the new Pixel, which is the new GoGo phone.
Oh, I noticed the back. I was like, damn, that shit looks brolic.
So I realized because I had the folding phone for a long time. I used to read my manga and my comic books on the folding part of the phone, and then I used to watch anime unfolding the phone more. Yeah. But the past year or so, I mainly watch anime when I'm working out, either on the treadmill or in my office/gym. Okay. So I have the big screen, so like it doesn't really matter. And I've been using my old Kindle to read manga on. So I've actually had no use for the main feature of that phone forever. Yeah. And it was a 3-year-old phone anyway, so I thought it's time just to get rid of a giant. Because remember,
it was fucking.
It was heavy.
Oh yeah.
It was actually slim.
It was slim, yeah.
It was thick and slim.
Once it's folded, the profile was.
But it was just like a brick.
It felt like
it was hella dense.
Yeah, it's like the power bank for like your fucking video game console.
It's just hella dense, so it was no point using it. So I switched to a Pixel, a Google Pixel, because it has one of the better cameras, and I'm just trying to take better photos and pictures of my son now. So that was like better, because the old phone, the Samsung, was getting kind of old, and the pictures were getting kind of like not up to par.
You did have that phone for a while, actually.
3 years. That's the longest I've had any phone in recent memory.
So I'm going to be upgrading my phone. I've had this phone
What do you have now?
Dude.
That's a Motorola Flip? What is that?
It's the Razr.
Nokia?
It's people are not going to understand these. This is a T-Mobile Sidekick.
Sidekick. Yeah, it used to be good.
People are like,
I used to love Sidekick.
Guys, we had phones back then that had physical keyboards on it. That's what we're trying to say.
Yes.
All right.
Blackberries. I used to have my Blackberries for pretty long.
Holy crap.
I love my Blackberries.
Yo.
I never had a Sidekick.
Yeah.
Everyone had a Sidekick, but the first real phone that I fell in love with was the BlackBerry.
Yeah, I for reference, guys, the BlackBerry was like how do you say it had a physical keyboard with a screen on top.
So it's a candy bar style.
Candy bar, thank you. And I remember it was cool features. It had that ball that you used to scroll.
Yeah, I used to.
It was like a mouse ball.
It was basically a mouse ball.
I was like, that is some next level technology.
Genius, right?
Yeah,
yeah, that was pretty good.
I think this is a fucking iPhone 12, bro.
Oh,
so that's like 3 years, 4 years.
They're on the 16 now. They just released 16.
It's just released
so you're 4 years. That's pretty long then.
I didn't realize. I thought the whole time I was like, oh yeah, iPhone 14.
You forgot it was a 12.
I forgot what it was. I was like, you can check the model.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I've got to upgrade this bitch.
Yeah, it's funny. Our backup camera for this podcast is a better phone than your phone right now.
Can I just set up a switch right now?
I mean, no, that's a courtesy of our CTO.
Yeah,
I think
thank you, dude. Thank
iPhone
14 probably, right?
13 Pro Max, 1 terabyte.
Holy crap, that thing is way better than my shit right now.
Phone.
Yo.
And that's our backup podcast camera in case the main camera poops out and it's better than yours.
Holy shit, man. Yeah, we got some tech, bro. We got some nice tech, but
I I was saying something and then you said I have a new phone. Yes.
Oh yeah, breaking news, guys.
Congratulations to Joe and Clara Tsai. They become the first Asian American owners to win a WNBA championship.
Oh shit.
So this is slightly old
Brooklyn
news.
the house.
It's slightly old news.
Slightly.
When did they win? Late October or early November? When did the Liberty win? Whatever. It was it was a couple weeks
pretty
ago.
Recent, yeah.
So shout out to them. Joe and Clara also own the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
When they bought the New York Liberty from
Vladimir
Dolan.
Putin. Oh no.
No, they bought it from Dolan.
The Brooklyn Nets?
No, they bought the Liberty from Dolan.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Because the Liberty used to play at Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
And as soon as they bought the team, they moved over to Barclays Center.
Yeah.
Do you know how much they bought the Liberty for back, let's see, when did they buy this? In 2019, when they bought the Liberty. Do you want to guess how much they bought the team for?
I'm going to guess they bought it for 50 mil.
$200 million.
I'm an ass.
But they're estimated to be valued at somewhere between $500 and $750 million in the next 10 years.
Oh shit!
So that's why sports teams almost never sell that much.
Yeah,
because they're like kind of like almost a sure bet.
Yes,
because they always increase in value. Every team that I've heard about selling in whatever sport in my life, has always later had like a valuation of like 2-3 times what they purchased for.
I think
makes me wonder, why do people even sell the teams unless they have to sell a team?
I think the only time I can think of is so the Boston Celtics, they won recently the NBA championship, but it comes down to salary cap and luxury tax. I think it becomes that the taxes are so high. The owner's like, yo, I just can't afford it. I think because
they can't afford the year-to-year operating costs of it.
Because it comes so high. So once they get that big prize, then I guess they could do the swan song, be like, you know what, I'll leave on top kind of thing. That's the only times I feel like they really try. But like Jerry Jones was an example. He bought the Cowboys at a really cheap price. Now their valuations, I think it's $1 billion, right? I think
they are more than $1 billion.
Yeah, all right,
way past $1 billion.
Yeah.
Because Steve Cohen just bought the Mets a couple years ago for $2-point-something billion. Over $2 billion. He bought the Mets for that much money. So you have to imagine that,
the Cowboys,
because they were just estimated values of a team, right? They're not realized values. When the Mets finally sold for $2.4 million, now they're technically at least worth $2.4 million because they sold for that much money. But before a team is sold, it's like the Yankees will never get sold.
No way.
But they're probably worth $4 million. Definitely more than the Mets, like $3 million or something.
Oh, $4 billion, you mean?
Sorry, $4 billion.
Yeah.
Like they have to be worth that much.
Yeah, probably right now. So I would say the valuation they're probably like $5 billion now at this point. But good for the Liberty for winning that. That was pretty crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie.
This is Asian news because Joe and Clara Tsai are. They're I think they're Taiwanese. Clara is Taiwanese. I don't know if Joe is Chinese.
I think he's Chinese
because he owns Alibaba, so he must be Chinese.
Yeah, and I remember when he took over, he bought it from that Russian guy from when he bought the Nets.
Yeah, Vladimir Putin.
When he bought it from Vladimir, I think that's when he was like, and so it's like, Russia and China ties and shit. I think that was a joke back then.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Or they were just making a joke, but he was Taiwanese, but they were calling him Chinese. You know what I'm trying to say?
Or it's just a racist joke then. Even a more racist joke.
Clara is definitely Taiwanese American. So shout out to them. It's good to see like an Asian owner win anything. And it's good to see a New York-based team win as well. So it's like a win-win for us all together.
What's funny about that is because it was a great period for New York sports fans because we had the Yankees in the World Series. The Mets, even before that, the Mets were in the playoffs. The Yankees were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Knicks,
we're doing good last season.
Yep.
And they got Cat this year, so it's a good year.
The Liberty are going to the finals, so it was like a really exciting time. The Giants let's not talk about that. But besides
we don't know about hockey. We don't know how to. We have no idea how the hockey teams are doing.
Go Rangers. I think the Rangers have always been really good. It's just they never got over the hump. So
no idea.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna assume. So there we go.
And the New York Red Bull.
Holy shit, we have a soccer team.
We're a soccer team.
Oh, no, what are you talking about, Red Bulls, bro?
Are they coming to Queens Flushing? I thought they were trying to build up a stadium.
I think you're right, dude. Breaking news again.
We just found out something. That's the breaking news.
Yeah.
All right, so shout out to the first Asian American owner winners of a WNBA championship. All right, Ben, what is next on your Asian news thing?
I was going to say, should this be my last?
Yeah, this should probably be your last one, yeah.
All right, guys. North Korean soldiers are gorging on porn after discovering the internet in Russia while battling the Ukraine.
Wait. I almost feel like in the past, I've said the news where I think South Koreans are sneaking porn into North Korea.
It was about the balloons. It was the trash balloons. they're sending snacks.
No. They were sending. Okay, so the balloons is like a multi-seasonal thing where they were sending propaganda to North Korea, and then North Korea was sending trash.
Yeah,
but before that, I think
there was something else you're saying.
They were trying to sneak over K-drama and K-culture.
Oh,
K-pop, K-drama
contraband
in the form of K-drama.
Right.
So they would be able to like see that.
Yeah,
and they were also sneaking over porn over to North Korea as well. Okay, so basically, I guess if you're thirsty for, or if you're deprived of something, your first exposure to that thing,
bro,
it gets a bit out of control.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna get the doorbell.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm back from the doorbell. There was nothing important, but I had to answer it anyways. Ben, yes, porn, go.
Yeah, so imagine these guys just fucking like they're on the battlefield and shit, and all they're thinking about is like tits and ass. Like that's all they're thinking about. And they're just like, what kind of genre to watch? I can only imagine how distracted they are. And I bet you like Vladimir Putin's probably, so send these guys back. They're fucked.
Because they're too busy.
Yeah, and also, this is the scary part. Technically, those soldiers, once they go back, I don't think they could go back, bro. Because
why?
Because now they have all this stuff. Word of mouth is gonna go out. You know what I'm saying?
No. You don't realize North Korea has a lot of people that they send out around the world.
Yeah, right.
For different diplomatic reasons and to different things as well.
Yeah,
and
that's for money.
They do whatever kind of venting to make sure that those people will not
spill the beans,
will not stay there and refuse to come back. Deflect.
No. I'm talking about,
what's the word? It's not deflect. When you escape your country,
defect.
No, it's not defect. It's a defect.
Yeah, defect.
When you defect from your country? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Defect.
Sorry. English no good.
English no good.
My bad.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so let's just say these soldiers go back now, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna tell everyone, like, like a campfire story. Like, there's women with blonde hair and red hair, and like,
they all know that.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
How do you know that?
They know that. It's part of the propaganda. Western culture is bad. They're shown representations of people in Western culture.
They're loving it though. They're like, their wieners are probably fucking sore, bro. Like, there's just.
My point is, there is already people that leave North Korea for various different reasons around the world, come back and are exposed to it. It's not like they're like from a
I don't know, dude.
Island, and actually, I mean, technically they are. But
that's what I'm saying. I feel like if these guys keep like spilling the beans, like it's gonna be like Kim Jong-un's like, I have to assassinate you now. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think there's enough of whatever bad things that they're doing, whether it's brainwashing, whether it's like
torture,
threatening your family. There is reasons why when those soldiers come back, that they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
You think they're gonna be fine, bro?
I think they're gonna keep it to themselves. That's my point.
Oh, like they're so terrified. Like, you say a word, I'm gonna chop your thing off.
It's better just to keep it to yourself. When you take those pictures and you just use those pictures later in your mind mentally later.
You know what's gonna happen,
fine.
Bro? These guys, like, once they go back to North Korea, they're gonna try to they're like, we gotta get off this fucking island. That's what they're saying. They're like, we gotta get the fuck off this shit.
Or they can just look for those balloons.
Yeah,
those porn balloons from South Korea.
All right, so if you guys want to help humanitarian work, send some porn to North Korea.
All right, guys, on to our favorite part of the whole podcast. This is Ranting and Raving, where Ben and I like to complain about something shitty happening in our lives, or I guess rave about something good happening in our lives. Ben, what do you have good to talk about today?
What's it?
He's like, nothing. I've only had shitty things.
I found out that there is a Pokemon fossil museum. I'm pretty sure did you know about this? I think we talked about it.
Did we?
In the group chat. I think the CTO mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I remember I was just looking at it that same day, but there is, I think it's in Osaka, Japan.
A Pokemon fossil museum.
So imagine like you walk into, so in New York City, we have the Natural Museum of History, right? So, and there's a bunch of fossils and humongous dinosaurs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine that, but with just Pokemon.
So it's artificial.
Yeah.
It's fake.
But it looks like a real fucking museum.
So they make it as if it's a real museum, but it's just based on the fake dinosaur ancient Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's pretty cool. It looks legit. But I was like thinking, imagine like if the world just ended, like 1,000 years from now, like people just discovered this museum, they're like, oh my God, look at these fucking monsters and shit. And they're like, they don't know it's fake. They don't even think about that.
I forgot where I heard this thought, but you know how in that same situation, thousands of years in the future, millions of years in the future, some civilization discovers our bones and whatever remnants of our civilization, and they try to analyze where we lived, the terrains that we live, what we did, and everything, right? So they're bound to discover chicken bones on every square inch of the entire planet. So in theory, they'll be like, this animal came to dominate the whole Earth.
Yo, that's a good point.
There's chicken bones on every square inch of the entire world. Antarctica, North Pole, every continent is going to have this particular species of poultry or some very close variation on it. And they'll think like, this was the dominant species of this era.
It's like, look, wherever these humans were, these birds came and just wrecked them.
And just like took over everything.
Yeah, there's probably
like chicken bones everywhere.
They're probably like, yo, they outnumbered the humans here.
I mean, they technically do outnumber us.
Holy shit, yeah. There's going to be a point where they're going to think that if we just ended the world, they're going to be like, yo, these creatures will fly in the sky and just like, rummage and feasted on humans.
My piece of news this week is I had a parent-teacher conference. Do you remember parent-teacher conferences?
Hell yeah.
Did you ever translate for your parents during parent-teacher conference?
My parents were pretty good at understanding English.
Okay.
And my dad would try to speak Konglish. And yeah, it was interesting.
But you never had to attend with them, right?
I always went.
Oh, why? Just in case there was some language barrier.
Yeah, I always went with them.
Okay.
Always went. So it was really awkward.
Well, I used to go too, but that's because my parents had zero English, so I had to do the direct translating. I think like, you were there just in case.
Yeah, you imagine they're like, yo, Lingjie's never been to a class. She's saying that I've always been to class.
Perfect attendance.
Yeah, and I kill it on all my exams.
I'm the model student.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were saying so.
I'll tell you a very quick story after this, but I had a parent-teacher conference for my son, and they do it virtual now, so there's no need to actually go to school.
Oh, that's smart.
They do it virtual, and they actually ask people if they need a translator beforehand.
Oh,
so then they'll get like a translator line ready. So some parents, there's still some parents that don't speak comfortable and they want like a translator, right?
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So they ask for that. So there's no need for the kids to lie as the translator anymore. Yeah. So I was having the 10-minute PTA conference with my son's teacher.
Yeah.
And as the toxic Asian parent that I am, as she's saying all these nice things about my son, I just kept thinking, when are you going to get to the part about the stuff he has to work on? Like, what does he need to fix? Stop telling me the good things he's doing. Yeah. Tell me what he's doing wrong. Right. Tell me what we need to work on.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the end of it, and then she didn't say any of it, I was just like, I said something to the extent of, well, are there certain things that he needs to improve on aside from the things you think he's doing well? And I think I asked that question like 3 times towards the end because I was trying to fish for things that he needs to work on.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, when the thing was over, I was thinking to myself, why did I ask that 3 times?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I just accept the fact that he was doing certain things correct?
Yeah.
As opposed to like digging too deep for things that he was doing wrong.
Yeah, like why not just he's a good student and stuff.
It's the Asian part of me.
Yeah.
It's the toxic Asian part of me. It's like my son got a 98% on his Chinese school test recently.
Oh shit, okay.
And I was trying to find out where the fuck was that last one thing that he did wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same exact thing too. When I see something that's close to perfection.
Does that make you want to does that drive you crazier? Because it's like you're so close to it.
For me personally, if it's something I'm doing and you're just one minute thing from getting like a perfect score on something or doing something perfectly,
right,
then it kind of upsets you, right?
Right.
It's like if you're baking something and you put the wrong amount of salt, but everything else is good, right?
Right.
The texture is good, everything is good, but it's just not salty enough or not sweet enough. You feel like, oh, that was kind of stupid. I kind of like ruined all the time put into it. It's the same thing with tests.
So you're pretty like, all right, if I don't get this 100, fuck it. I'm saying
I would rather get like an 80 something than like a 98.
That's what I'm trying to ask you. Like that's the thing. It's like it will nag at you knowing that you're so close. Like if you got like a 97, 98.
Especially if it's a mistake that you knew that you just
like a small silly mistake,
like a careless mistake.
That would drive you crazy.
That would be more annoying. I would rather not know what the hell I'm doing and just not flunk, but just do poorly because I just didn't understand it.
Lingjie just rips the whole test paper in half. He's like, yo, fuck this. Give me the F and shit.
I would rather just get like 80 something as opposed to striving to do like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing with me. But one quick story. When I was younger, my parents didn't know much English. So I think in middle school, my parents knew that I was cutting school a lot because their school would send home like a a blue card or like a pink card or something. It was some kind of card.
Yeah. I think it was a pink card.
I don't know how my parents knew that meant I cut school. I think they must have given it to someone else to translate for them.
Yeah.
Because this was before Google Translate.
Yeah.
So I think after that happened,
I
always made sure I checked the mail when I came home every day.
Oh my god!
So I didn't change my behavior. I just changed how I masked my behavior better.
Lingjie got smarter. He's like, how do I improve this situation for myself right here?
Not by going to school, by making sure I check the mail more often than my mom did. Okay, guys, we're at the outro.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. I hope you have better success in the next job that you have.
I hope so too. I'm actually very excited now.
Ben actually, I think to just cap off that story, Ben has another job that he should be getting sometime soon.
Yeah.
So you guys don't have to worry about him being unemployed or something.
Yeah, not being too large for restaurants.
All right, Ben, you do the outro.
Hey, guys. Thank you for joining us. This was fun. Sorry we've been a little behind, but the whole point is we're going to keep trucking, keep on going for it. You can find us on all our socials on Worst Asian Pod. You can also find us on YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe. Give us a 5-star review if you can. It does help. Lingjie, as he likes to say, it helps out the algorithm. It helps out the big brother. So you can find us on Apple. You can find us on Spotify. Thank you also for the people that are, I'm assuming they're still doing the monthly subscriptions.
Yeah, most of the people are still subscribed.
Thank you for not canceling that.
I think at this point, they just think it's a Patreon with no benefits. It's basically what it is at this point.
Thank you guys
nonetheless. Oh, one final thing is, I said this on the last episode and I posted something on social media. We're doing like a quick survey thing.
Yes.
If you can go to worstasian.com, it's just worstasian.com. On the bottom, it'll say like listener survey. If you could click into it, it takes like 2-3 minutes. It's just a couple quick questions. I loved reading some of the responses that we've gotten so far, but it's just for me to know how you guys found the podcast and to kind of give us some ideas on how to direct things going forward. So it's mainly for you. It's not for me. It's for me, for you. So just go to worstasian.com, click the listener survey. If you can do us a quick favor, that would be great. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you guys.
We'll see you next week.
Later.
Adios.